Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exit interview here on Dynamic Character Productions. I am joined for the first time by Ian. Ian, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to I'll leave it to Lilly, but
Yes, and as always, Lilly is here to ask all the important questions that everyone needs to know about Sarah. Hello.
Hi.
We are joined so soon, a lot sooner than we were in Trinity Falls.
Yes.
Your first pre-merge placement.
Yes. It happens.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
And just not Ian, but it's fine.
or Lilly.
All right, Sarah and I will just go home.
You know what? It happened to me, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
All right, Lilly, let's get this started.
Yeah, so just to start off, DCP announces All-Stars. You kind of just finished Trinity Falls. Maybe there was a couple months in between, I think. What were your thoughts when you saw the announcement? Excited? Any other thoughts like that?
I was definitely excited. I originally wasn't going to apply because I was like, the first one was like kind of intense, and I was like, I don't know if I can do that again, if I'm being honest. But I kind of figured I would just apply and see what happens because I might not even get on All-Stars. So I was like, I might as well try and then decide later if I was going to do it, was what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's a good mentality. And we're glad to see that you joined. When you joined, I guess the Zoom call, got on the beach, got to see who was there. Was there anybody before the tribes were broken out that you were like, I want them on my tribe, whether they were in Trinity Falls or another season?
Just Austin G, definitely. Like, I always love working with him. So he was probably the only one. Maybe Lydia. We never worked together on Trinity Falls. So I was like, not sure like what that would be like, but I wanted to maybe try to start with her at the very beginning, and it would be better than it was on Trinity Falls.
Yeah, and we see, unfortunately, right, those two Trinity Falls people are on the other tribe. Sure. What were your thoughts just with your tribe in general? We see a lot of not fighting, I guess, I don't know what the word is, pinning against each other between Corey and Jeremy, and we get a lot from you about not wanting to vote out Jeremy. You're kind of you're in that camp, so talk us through how you maneuvered that kind of tribe discussion or figuring out who you wanted to work with.
Well, with those two specifically, I felt like Corey he didn't want to work with me really. Like he said he did, and we talked and it was good, but I was like never high on his list. And he had like such a long list. So I was like, how'd I get all the way to the bottom of this guy's list? So I was like, well, that kind of sucks. So I already don't like that. And I came into it just like wanting to have fun, and like I wanted everyone to have fun. And I really just felt like Jeremy wasn't having fun at all, and I don't know if he was or not. So I was like, that guy deserves to stay. Like I think he has a lot to offer in forms of like working together in an alliance, and I think he seems more trustworthy than Corey would be to me. So I was like, I'm gonna try to work with Jeremy because I already know Corey and I are not probably gonna work together. So I might as well work on the other person that they're working. Like I knew that Jeremy would want to get Corey out. So I was like, well, I want to work with Jeremy to get this guy out.
Nice. And we've seen a lot in terms of confessionals and just exit interviews, talking to people about who were you getting along with? Who did you want to work with? And your name comes up a lot as somebody that, people say, I would have never met Sarah in my normal life, and we just clicked. Do you find that this kind of format with people that you hadn't really worked before, were you finding that was happening in the game, or is it mostly just watching the episodes back is when you can see it?
I think I was on pretty good standing with almost everybody. I was trying in my first game, I got really close to Austin pretty quickly, and kind of close to other, like, I had that duo thing, which was like not super well known, but like I think everyone knew how close we were. So I was trying really hard to have good relationships with everybody, but not intense ones, like not like I couldn't write their name down ones. So there wasn't a single person who I felt like I wouldn't have voted out, but there wasn't a single person that I felt like would say my name first. And
Rumor
that was
has it you just left that breakout room with Austin for the marooning.
for the maroon.
For the marooning, rumor has it you just left that breakout room that you've been sitting in with him.
Yes, exactly. I would still be there, honestly, if I could hang out with Austin in a breakout room all the time. I mean, I got to third, so it kind of worked. I don't really know why people shit on it so much, but what can I say? I just like to wait for things to come to me, and it worked. I don't know. People are so upset about that. Yeah, I just kind of really tried hard to connect with everybody. And I think I did a pretty good job at that. I liked everyone. I think everyone liked me. But my main goal was not to be anyone's first name. Like, I think that it would have taken people a while to get to me, to take me out. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see like Kylie, Shea, or Ashley focusing on me really that quickly.
Okay, that makes sense. Trying to fly under the radar a little bit. So we don't see a lot of these relationships or dynamics kind of play out in your first tribe because you guys kind of go on a winning streak. I mean, it's a 2 winning streak, and we get a confessional from you saying everybody thinks there's going to be a swap every day. If they're before the swap that actually happened, if you were thinking about going into a swap, who would you wanted to bring from your original tribe into your swap?
Definitely Jeremy and maybe Kylie. I kind of wanted to keep Lex around because I feel like he gave me a lot of information, whether or not it was like all the information, but I feel like he's so loud that he'll always be a target before most people. So like having him there is just like a really easy one to do. But part of me also wanted to be separate from him, but with certain people, because I was originally going to tell, like, I didn't trust Lex really from the get-go. Like, I trusted him a little bit and was like working with him, but I knew that he was like friends with everybody. He was like best friends with everybody. And that's like why I didn't like the 7, because it was like built on, I was telling this to somebody, I was like, you can't trust any alliance that Lex is in because it's like a house of cards. And if Lex is the base, it's going to fall. Like the 7 was never real, which I think will like bite everyone in the ass at some point. You know, when you have a big group with Lex, it's just not going to work. So eventually what I wanted to do was find out who I trusted the most and tell them like what I really thought about Lex. And I think I was leaning towards Kylie and then Jeremy. And I think both of them, it would have, based on what I've seen from the episode so far, I think it would have been perceived pretty well. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that would have worked. But that was kind of my initial goal, was to like kind of not use him as a shield, but, you know, like, yeah, use him as a shield. I'm just going to say that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and I wrote his name down in Trinity Falls. I would have no problem like voting him out again. Like I wasn't concerned. That was my goal. I didn't want to feel any guilt about writing anyone's names down. And that was kind of like one of my goals.
Awesome. Should never feel guilt for writing somebody's name down.
Oh, you didn't. You were not there for my first one. Every confessional, I was like, this is just terrible. It doesn't cut. I connect with people very quickly, and I feel like very strong feelings about people very quickly. So it's really hard for me to like vote for people I care about like that.
I get it.
Even in the game for like $0.
Yeah, I get it. We see Corey kind of concoct a plan during his vote out of if he could get a 4 or 5 together with Jeremy and Kylie, to vote somebody else out. If Corey or let's say Jeremy came to you and said, listen, there's this kind of whack-a-mole plan that Corey's putting together, but if we can do it, you can pick who we vote out and save Corey for another day. Would you have done it? And if so, who would you have tried to vote out? Well, we'll assume like Lex isn't in on it and
Shea, Ashley are also not in on it.
Yeah.
So is in on it.
I don't think I would. I think it would be if Corey came to me and said it, maybe. But if it was Jeremy coming with it, like with an idea that Corey gave him, I don't think I would, because then it goes back to it that I just didn't think Corey saw me as somebody that he wanted to work with. So if Corey comes to me and says it, maybe, but I don't really know who I would like take out instead of him, like in that situation. It wouldn't be Austin. I just wouldn't do it, especially after like his performance. Like I just like I felt very strongly that you can't like, you know, reassure some. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I know Ian's probably thinking I'm too soft, but I just like wouldn't do that to Austin.
Hey, it has nothing to do with, it has nothing to do with challenge performance. I mean, that should literally never matter. So
I agree totally. And also I just can't imagine sitting there telling somebody who's like that upset about it that we wouldn't do that. And then I mean, I think just strategically Ashley, because she was in such a good position and everyone really liked her, but I don't think Corey would have ever voted out Ashley in that situation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't think I realized how good Shea was at that point. Like, I think that I was still under his like,
well, because you were
dude persona vibe.
Yeah, you were pointed out as kind of like a duo with Shea, and like you guys did connect, I think, instantly on like night one, and you formed this group with Lex of good vibrations.
I really, really, really liked Shea, but I was like not giving him information. He was not giving me information. Like we were not like, I don't think I would have necessarily voted for him over Corey. I don't think I would have done that because we did connect so quickly, but we weren't like working together that closely.
Yeah. I think it's interesting. I mean,
I guess I would probably vote for Zucker. I would have done Zucker.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I forgot about okay. Funny enough, he was the one. Okay, in my notes, I was like, I feel like I wanted to work with him, but he had like no interest in working with me. I didn't know. I think maybe Lex like told him not to or something. I don't know. I have no idea what happened. But like there was like one call we were on, and I know this is not the question anymore, where we were going over like questions, like the stupid, what's the song, whatever the like advantage that you sent. And I was asking him questions and he was being so cagey about it. And then I was on the phone with Lex and I said, he wouldn't even tell me. And then Lex is like, oh, he texted me a picture of all of his answers. I was like, oh, cool. Okay. So that's how he's gonna. So then, which of course Lex shared with me anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, it was just funny. I was like, Zucker really didn't want to work with me. Which I wish if I had told him, I was like, if he had watched Trinity Falls, he would have known I was way more trustworthy than Lex was.
Yeah.
Like,
continuing with the theme of the season of like no one doing their homework.
But exactly, yeah. I did watch a lot of it. I knew most of the connections, especially anything from the shows. Sorry, but I did not know and I did know that Ashley went to Karen's wedding because Lex told me. Like Lex was giving me a lot of that kind of stuff too. So I knew a lot of the connections.
Well, if you follow us on Instagram, we have a DCP in IRL like highlight that like anybody can go and look through and see like the Seattle 3 together, you know, us, Carrie, myself, Ashley, Corey at Karen's wedding, you know, like there's a whole bunch of like, hey, these people have met each other.
Yeah,
exactly. I took Lydia's engagement pictures. And I'm photographing her wedding. So
it's either no one did their homework or like no offense to Lex, but like Lex had this like big ass poster wall of like notes for every season. That's like if you got assigned the odd problems in like math class, you did the evens instead. Like what is that doing other than knowing people's names and where they place? I mean, like that doesn't help at all.
I did look up a lot of stuff and I did try to watch a lot of the episodes. So I think I prepared a good medium amount.
Right. Yeah.
But I was trying hard to like, I think I said this in some of my confessionals, to look at everyone like an opportunity. Like I was trying really hard not to keep people, like keep it in mind. Like when I was talking, you know, to Mike on the swap about Kylie and stuff like that, but they both were like adamant that they wouldn't work together, which I'll never know.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Well, and if you've done, you know, you did your homework, right? And this is something I haven't asked, but I'm interested to hear your take, is were you considering when voting, you know, who you're going to vote out next, were you thinking about their connections from the other tribe? Especially if people are worried about it swapped, and it seemed like, oh, well, I don't want to vote out Ashley because she doesn't have anyone on the other side. Whereas Kylie has Mike, or you know, Corey has Karen or something like that.
I mean, Corey and Karen definitely came up, which is, I think at one point, like everyone mentioned that, but nobody mentioned Ashley and Karen, which they definitely had that.
Because no one, unless you follow the Instagram or follow Karen's org page, you won't know that Ashley and Karen know each other.
Well, I knew because Lex told me, because Ashley told Lex. So I knew, but I was like, I wish I thought about throwing it out there. But I think once, like, I don't know, but it was definitely funny. I was like, it's funny that we're so focused on Corey with that.
Yeah.
But no, not really. I didn't really consider it that much in considering. I'm only Mike and Kylie. That was the biggest one for me, was that one. None of the other ones from like our tribe to that tribe.
Yeah.
Really, like I don't know who knows Andrew very much. Like I don't,
Other than the exile
boys.
Yeah,
is that also the same thing as a failed fraternity?
Basically.
Plus Mike.
I was on the call.
Plus Mike minus Zucker.
I was on the call with Austin G, and I was like talking to him, and I was like, I don't even want to play with those guys. They just all seem so fraternity like.
Which is funny. That's what they got called in exile, which is really
dude bros.
Dude bros. Anything. Well, I guess Mike Simmons is kind of a dude bro. Like he likes sports.
Yeah.
But like. Yeah,
I made the mistake of telling him I didn't love basketball. It was March Madness. My mistake was instantly like fuck. But I'm definitely more of like a baseball, football person. Sport, like it's not that I can talk sport. I can talk sports. Like I love sports. It was just funny. But like I should have been more enthusiastic about basketball.
Yeah, that's why I got you out. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think that was what that was.
Once we get to the swap, we'll get to my favorite move of yours in the game. But it wasn't shown. So once we get to the swap, I will mention.
Take it away. No, you should.
Okay, so we swap, and you're kind of screwed. Like you're with all OG Ignis members. And
I had a really affectionate name for my tribe. Sorry guys, I called it the Nepo baby team because of like the connections to the meet. And like I did research, and I went onto your Facebook, and I knew that Simmons is listed as your brother. So when Simmons goes to me and he goes, let's vote out Austin, I was like, oh, he's fucking with me. Like, there's no way that person is voting out Austin right now.
Yeah.
So I was like, when people like didn't know that those two were friends, I was like he's literally like listed as the host's other brother before your brother. Simmons is first.
Right. Yeah. That was something 11-year-old me thought was hilarious. I called Mike. And the funny thing is, like Mike and Austin, like I literally would not consider them friends. They just happened to play, the last game of Survivor. Obviously, they're both very close to me.
Team.
They are not like friends. It goes to show like what people will take anything in these games and run with it. And I meant to say this earlier because you mentioned it, Sarah. I love that like this game so far has like everyone knows their connections, but like the game isn't being run by like connection. It's game based first, and then connections might help sway a situation, but it's all not like we're voting Corey out because he knows Karen and Kylie, and it's Corey got voted out.
Kylie voted for Corey too,
right? And Corey got voted out for game stuff, and Danny got voted out for game stuff. Although there was that whole duo thing with Maddie. I mean, I think kudos to you and the rest of the cast for kind of putting that to the side, at least for like immediate reasons to target people. But yeah. I mean, I was surprised that no one pegged them either, especially because they did work together in exile. But again, showing people that they're not doing their homework.
Yeah.
The minute he said Austin's name, I said, oh, he's fucking with me right now. There's no way that that's what he wants to do. But it was like the first time we talked. So I was like, okay.
So my favorite move that you did that was not shown is Mike Simmons asked to go on a call with you, and you have done your research on Facebook quickly, and you realize he's a big Disney fan, and you throw on a Disney sweatshirt quick before you jump on the call. And I just to start off on the right foot because of Disney, and like I thought that was genius and such a subtle like move.
I mean, it didn't work. but
I know you were up against a rock and a hard place. Like, I don't think you were getting out of that. So
it took him like less than 30. I couldn't even record it. He like so fast was like, is that a Disney sweater? Like within seconds. And then like it was really funny. I don't know. I didn't think it would work that well, but
yeah.
It made him go from like jock to like kind of cute puppy dog though. like it made him go from like an annoying frat guy to like, oh, this guy's nice. And like he just like really likes his fiance and like you know what I mean? It made him more like, I don't know. More endearing. Like I liked him instantly.
Simmons and more Mike.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Like I instantly was like, okay, he's not that bad. I'm just being kind of like judgmental of the bros.
Yeah. We've all been there.
Yes. Right.
Well, and we've, kind of already talked about it, but you really do kind of get swap screwed in this whole situation.
Maybe the worst in DCP history. I don't know. I don't want to.
We can claim that.
That is a question. Maybe we'll talk about it on the Sunday show. Tune in.
Yeah, that is. If you could have swapped places with somebody else from the other two tribes, who do you think you would have swapped with?
Like I go on to the other ones?
And they take your spot. So if you are swapping with whoever you're swapping
I would switch with Lex.
Okay. He's essentially getting voted out. So that's another like
I would have switched with Lex and because who was on his? Kylie,
Brittley, Karen, Garsow.
Yeah, I would have, definitely. Garsow and Kylie, those are the two. Like I feel like we could have worked together. And I didn't play with Brittley or Karen, but I do feel like I probably would have taken out Karen first. Anyways, I just think that would have been okay. I would have wanted to switch with Lex because I think I really would have worked well with Kylie and Garsow in that situation. And I feel like out of all of my other tribe people, they were the ones that I wanted to move forward with. That's not Jeremy, but I wouldn't want to have switched onto that tribe because Zucker didn't want to work with me.
Swap with Zucker.
Who
would have been such an interesting dynamic. If you swap with Zucker, you have Shea, Ashley, Jeremy with Andrew on the outs, and then you have Simmons, Austin, Zucker, Maddie, and Mike, and then you put Simmons in the hot seat of which ally do you want to cut?
Mike Rick is definitely going home.
I know.
Okay, well, Zucker
he almost went home. He almost went home this time around.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, let's get to what happens this episode is you get an opportunity to go to the high rollers room, a little piece of Monte Carlo. Talk us through, we see a confessional from Mike where he's on a call with you and he's saying, I'm not going to go, giving you the reasons not to go. Were you kind of placating him and saying, you know what, you're right. Like, you have convinced me I'm not going to go, or were you already not going to go before then?
I had talked to Maddie a little bit before that, and we had briefly talked about voting out Mike, Rick, and I felt like they wouldn't want to do a plan with me if I didn't have a vote. So I was like, I don't know. I didn't know what it was at the time. I was like, I'm not good at challenges. Like, I'm not terrible, but I'm not good. I'm not going to beat people at challenges like 100%. Had I known what it was, I probably would have beat Mike at that, to be honest. I have a pretty good memory and I did do a lot of like watching and stuff. So that in hindsight, it's 2020, but I wanted to like work with them. I thought that like if they knew I went, they wouldn't work with me because they're like, she might not even have a vote unless I told them what I had. So I either had to win, which I didn't know if I could, or they would just like be like, what if she doesn't have a vote? So I just felt like I would be useless and they would just like get rid of her if I didn't have a vote. Like no one was gonna go and like not protect me, but you know what I mean? Like no one's gonna go like on a ledge for somebody that they don't really care about in that situation. So I feel like I had to be able to vote. And so
I think you made the right call overall. I mean, really in your situation, while I don't necessarily agree that there is a such thing as swap screwing, you really can't do much in your spot. You basically just have to hope that they tell you a plan. I mean, it's not like you can go make a plan yourself and do anything, and you especially can't do that if you don't have a vote. So, yeah, I think you made the right call. Again, in your spot here, you just kind of hope that they give you a real plan and you get through it. Again, this is the situation where it's like, let's just get to the next round. This is not a like planning for the future type of round. And most of the time it doesn't work, and it ended up not working. But
though,
I did debate going and talking about voting out Maddie, but she was the person who was like most receptive to working with me. Whether or not she was telling the truth, I don't know.
In hindsight, if you actually had gone to the high rollers room and gotten the extra vote, and say like Mike didn't go, you could have gone to rocks, because it would.
If I had voted twice for Mike, would it have been? Yeah, we could have.
Because Maddie also votes for Mike.
Well, and if you go and Mike goes, you win. Mike loses his vote, you gain a vote. So
yeah, but it's just like one thing, it's just one more tribal,
right?
Or it's just one more thing, and like I knew that like. I could do the math all day. I actually have like no regrets about it, to be honest. Like maybe I should have gone. I think I would have won. But I don't know. It just wasn't what I felt like I wanted to do in that moment.
Yeah. I mean, it's much easier.
I'm not a gambler.
Yeah. And it's easier to make the decision when you know what the chances are, but everybody got the same invite. So even if you were the only one from your tribe, let's say Jeremy from his other tribe shows up, it's still the same situation, and it doesn't really change your footing on your tribe. So it is a lot to kind of gamble. And we love to hear that, you have no regrets. I feel like that's the worst feeling of coming out of a game, is feeling like you regret making a decision or not doing something. But to feel solid in your decision, I feel like is like the ultimate gift of playing an org.
I actually am like shocked at how I'm almost like thankful about how I went out, because like I didn't feel like screwed by anybody. I didn't feel like, of course there were probably things I could have done. Like I could have done things, but I think that like 99% of the roads were leading to the same situation. So I feel like thankful that there's not all of this like could have, would have, should have in my head. Like I feel more at peace with this one than I did at the end of Trinity Falls, where I got third. Like that one, I had a lot of moments that I was like, oh, I could have done that a lot better. But I guess there was more time. So
yeah, that is true. Well, my last question before we get to Facebook, or if the other two hosts have questions, is do you think you would have made it further if there wasn't a swap? Let's say you stayed on your original tribe until whenever the merge is, right? We don't know when the merge is. Do you think you would have made it at least one vote further than you did with the swap?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not to be cocky, but I do feel like I would have made it maybe one or two at least, because again, I don't think anyone was really even paying attention to me that much, to be honest. Like,
no, Jeremy would have been toast, as you can see he was your exit buddy. So
Zucker was really wanted him out. There was like, I remember before the Corey vote, there was a call that we all had where we all like kind of were like not voting, but like voting, like saying who we wanted, and I was definitely like, so cool. I almost was worried I was pushing too hard about how much I wanted Jeremy to stay. I didn't have a lot of calls like shown that night, but I remember being very much like, I do not want Jeremy to go. I need Corey to stay. Jeremy was like my big plan for the game.
Nice.
All right.
Over to Facebook.
Yeah, I think so.
All righty. All right, Sarah, first question is from Ashley. It was great playing the game with you. Hated seeing you be the one who really got swap screwed. How would you have proceeded with the game if you had ended up on each of the other two tribes? So I guess you can swap yourself out. You already kind of explained the one tribe. So I guess swap yourself out for someone on, that would be Jeremy's tribe. So
Zucker, that would be Zucker.
Someone there, and
yeah. I think we kind of did both of those.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would swap. Yeah, I feel like I would swap with Zucker.
Oh, that's right.
With Lex. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
it is funny though, because Ashley said multiple times that they would throw a challenge if there was a bad tribe swap, and I was like,
we gave you no time to discuss. It was just like, all right, we're gonna swap and now do a challenge.
it was just funny. I was like, when she said that, I was like, I would never do that. And I didn't expect anyone to.
We would be there for years for your tribe to try and gain a point.
Oh yeah, 100%. I switched, like, I was not good at that one. Like, it was fine. Because it wasn't like it was close, but it was just funny. I was like, they might have tried for all I know. They might have tried and we couldn't do it.
All right, next question is from Lydia. Sarah, my in-game frenemy and IRL dear friend. I was so sad to see your game cut short. My question to you, my fellow dog lover, is do you have any favorite dog breeds?
Well, I'm kind of like an adopt, don't shop, like mutt lover, but I really like Dalmatians and Saint Bernards, and I think it's like because of childhood movies, like Dalmatians, Beethoven type of thing. So, and I do really like Cocker Spaniels, which also I guess is Lady and the Tramp.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any animated dog.
I really do. Well,
Simmons is loving this segment. Keep going.
Well, I really liked the dog movies growing up, and yeah, and anything with an animal, I was like that. But yeah, Dalmatians, I think they're really cute, but I hear they're assholes, so I don't think I would want one. Anyways, I'm never gonna get a dog based on aesthetics again because my dog is like a monster, and I would just this is why golden retrievers are so popular. Like, they're just dumb and nice.
Okay, next question is from a fellow prod member, Carrie. Sarah, which Taylor era are you, and which era represents your game? I have no idea.
So sorry for this, Ian, because I'm going to have, I did see this question, and I have to have a very good answer for Carrie. Sure. Okay, so I feel like I am a little bit of the Lover era and the Evermore era because I'm pretty positive, which is like the Lover side, but the Evermore one is like she's a little bit more mature. She's a little petty, but not like reputation, like revenge status, which is kind of like petty status, but they also like, I feel like I'm the older sister who all my friends like come to for advice. So it's like, that's for like who I am in real life, even though folklore is my favorite one. But in the game, I would actually probably say like maybe Red, because it's like an album about like frustration, jealousy, joy, anger about something that you really love. So it's like I really wanted to play and I loved playing, but I was like a little bit frustrated that I got voted out, and I still really enjoyed it, but I was also like jealous that everyone else got to keep playing.
Okay, well, thank you for explaining that in layman's terms.
Carrie will understand. That was for Carrie only.
I'm sure she would. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Kylie also loved that bit too. So you got some fans with that one.
Okay, next question is from Trinity Falls fellow castaway Luke. His first question is one that we already covered about the swap screw, but his other question is, what is your favorite brewery in Seattle?
Well, he's visiting Seattle, so we've been talking a lot about the beer here. And I would say it would be, and I think Carrie would like this place. It's called Fair Isle. And it has like a few IPAs, but most of their stuff is like saisons or ales or lagers. So it's like one of the first in like this really popular beer area called Ballard. First ones that doesn't just do like a ton of IPAs. So it's like a little more interesting. And I just like the variety of beers they have there, and it's like kind of like a cuter place. So I feel like it's a little bit vibier than like your normal brewery.
Vibier, of course, Trinity Falls.
I was trying not to mention vibes.
Good vibrations. Like I was like, oh my god,
so hard not to. I was like, don't say vibes.
Okay, speaking of Trinity Falls, Austin Garsow with our next question. So sad we didn't get to play together for nearly as long as last time. If you could remove one person from your swap tribe and replace them with anyone from the other tribe, one of the other tribes,
so
who would you pick and why? So different than, I guess, you swapping with somebody else. This time you're taking one of the four frat bros and swapping them out with someone else.
Or Maddie.
Okay, we might have to talk this out. So you guys are saying that if Zucker's on that tribe, he would want Reick out?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I'm like, should I put him with me? Because he might work with me then. No. Okay.
I don't think to do that.
Okay. I was thinking maybe Kylie with Simmons, because Kylie and Mike would have worked together, and I really like Kylie and Mike. Reick, we gotta be like. I feel like, I mean, I don't want to speak for him, but I enjoyed my conversations with him as him being like one of the number one people I didn't want to play with. So I was like very much shown wrong. He was really nice. You would have been set. So I think we three would have worked together. And I think, again, I don't actually know what the fuck was going on half the time. I feel like him and Austin were kind of working together, maybe, right? Would that have worked out then? Because Maddie.
Well, if Austin, Mike still has his extra vote, and you have Kylie and you, that's 4 votes, and then you have it.
Yeah. So I think I would switch Kylie with Simmons. Because I feel like Simmons was kind of the glue that was holding Maddie and Austin together.
Mm-hmm.
So
100%. Yeah.
Yep, that's your answer. All right. Next question is from Kylie. Sarah, I had so much fun getting to know you and our lunch calls, and I love this question. What's your perfect meal for lunch?
Yeah, her and I would have calls on my lunch break, and she taught me how to do slide puzzles really well. Like, it was really fun.
Slide puzzles and food, you've got, Ian.
Yeah, she was like just walking me through it and stuff. Okay, so I feel like my lunches are always really boring because I'm more of a breakfast or dinner girl. So I would probably either do like a Chipotle burrito bowl, or like there's this like, what is it called? Like, I think you guys have like Sweet Greens, like that salad place, right? We have a thing called Evergreens. So I usually just do like, I try to do like a salad or like a bowl of some sort, but I really love just like a basic sandwich with chips.
Nice.
Like, my lunches are really boring. Like,
can't go wrong with the sandwich, and Chipotle's canon within DCP. So yeah,
that's true. Yeah, I do a burrito bowl.
All right, I'm just gonna keep going in order here, even though Alex's question is usually saved for last. But fellow host Alex Trias, hey, it's me, Mr. Positivity. So ironic that I'm reading that. I would love, or he wants you to think of one positive thing you took away from your All-Stars experience.
Okay, well, so I know that everyone is going to say people, and I agree with that, but I'm going to try to give a different answer because I think that I want, I don't know. I like to be contrary. So I think I'm going to go more for like, I feel more positive about how I played, and that is like a big difference than how I felt at the end of the other one. And I feel like I feel good about that. So I'm going to be really selfish and say the positivity thing is that I feel better about myself after I played this game than I did with Trinity Falls.
Love that.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's a big thing for like people who were kind of questioning their game, whether other people made them question it or you questioned it yourself based on number of votes you got or what placement you did. Like, to come back in this type of game with like returning players, everyone knows what they're doing, whether they want to show it or not. I think it's important for people to play well regardless of placement, and you feel like you can, you feel like you were succeeded the first time, even though you or someone else or other people made you feel otherwise. Not saying that happened with you. I'm just saying with anybody in general. I think it's like a big thing. That's why people should play in these games. Like, who cares if you finish 18th or 20th or 24th, regardless of how many people are playing? Like, who cares?
Yeah, I agree with that. I really thought that I would be more upset if I got voted out early. And maybe if it had gone down like in a more sour way, I would be. But no, I had like nothing but like all 4 of the people who voted me out. I have like no ill feeling. I have no ill feelings towards any of them, and I feel like that was like a really positive feeling at the end.
And I feel like you played more for yourself this game. Like, it felt like you were playing and like had more agency in this game, even then in Trinity Falls, because you were just so new. You were like, I'm just gonna let the game go and hopefully I go with it. And it felt like you were trying to create the game yourself.
I wish that I was like better at speaking my strategy out loud, so there would have been more confessionals of like what I was thinking, but that's just like not how my brain or mouth works. Like that just doesn't.
It happens to the best of us.
Not to Ian.
What?
Nothing.
No, you just fall asleep during Ian's confessionals.
Oh yeah. The first time around, absolutely. Yeah. Those were terrible. If you want to see another game that I'm in, I'll send you the link. All right, next one is from Mike Rick. Of course, I mean just say someone's name and then their question will be next. Sarah, an absolute pleasure getting to know you. I will always respect someone who tries to make the best of a bad situation and never gives up. My question is, in your DCP career, what is your favorite memory, game related or
not? Solving the stupid puzzle in Exile.
Yes.
Like just actually doing it. Like I didn't use the thing I got, which is fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. But I like did not think, like I was like looking at that puzzle and I like they had to explain the rules to me so many times. And at one point he kind of like, I don't remember what he said to me, but he did give me a little bit more. But I did it, and I didn't think I could.
Yeah, that was.
I don't think anyone thought I could.
Such a victory. We were getting text updates during the challenge in the scramble room of like, she's so close. She's like 2 moves away. Oh no, she's just messed everything up. Oh wait, she's back again.
There was like a lot of footage of me being like, oh my God, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what this is. Like, this is so stupid. I hate this. Like, why am I here today? It's a Saturday. Like, there was a lot of that.
I love seeing people like this on stream because I'm doing it as a host and it makes me feel like I'm not a freaking alien out there when I'm playing and during a challenge I'm like this.
Oh yeah, that's what I was like. I was just like the whole time with the puzzle, but I did it and it was like definitely my favorite moment.
Yeah, I mean the best is Ian in Exile being like this during the challenges.
I have to see. Okay, the next question, and I will be interested to hear your answer, is from Simmons. If you were stuck inside a Disney movie, which would you pick and why? And I'm interested because I want to make sure that it is a Disney movie.
I mean, I'm going to pick a classic cartoon because I feel like I'm not going to go and do like a Marvel movie or like a Star Wars movie because Disney owns so much. I'm going to stick to the classics here.
That's what I was hoping for. Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to go, I have 3 picks because I'm never going to pick just one thing. I'm going to go 101 Dalmatians for obvious reasons. I love London and I love dogs. And then I'm going to go The Aristocats because I love Paris and I love cats. And then I'm going to go Little Mermaid because I want to live in a world with magic and I really like water. I was a water polo player and a competitive swimmer. So, and a Pisces. So I'm just meant to be in the water.
All right, I'm snapping because those are all 3 Walt Disney animated movies. I always get nervous. People will say like the Tigger movie or something, and that's just not Walt Disney animated. So
no, I take Disney very seriously. Like,
okay,
I'm not like a Disney adult or anything. Not to shame anyone who is, but I definitely grew up with the movie. No, I don't think him and his girlfriend, or his fiance, they're cute. They're different. Like they're adorable.
Yeah, someone from knows them in real life. We're gonna move on. Next question is Ben Horn, another Trinity Falls fellow Castaway. Sarah, literal icon. What's your favorite non-Survivor competition show?
I was gonna say Love Island, but I think I'm gonna go Amazing Race.
I love both of those answers for you.
Yeah. for you. Those are good for you.
No, I watch both of them, so you're good.
I would say Amazing Race ultimately is more of the answer.
McKenna watches every reality show, I swear. It's hard for me to turn on Survivor at this point.
What would your answer be for that one?
I would probably say Big Brother Canada. That's like the only one I've been like glued. Like when I was watching it, I was like glued to Big Brother Canada.
I've never watched Big Brother live.
But yeah, me neither. I literally can't. Like Big Brother, whatever was on US was on last year, and I just couldn't do it. It's too much to keep up with week after week. And it's usually boring by like episode 20. It's way easier to binge Big Brother. I mean, yeah, I used to dabble in the challenge a little bit, but yeah, Big Brother Canada seasons like 2 through 6 are like it's like chef's kiss television, in my opinion. But
Actually, I think Ben would probably agree with you.
oh, cool. Ben Horn.
Ben Horn. Yeah, he loves
We have something else in common too. Me and Ben Horn know what that is.
You
That's
guys are
so
ridiculous.
sketchy sounding.
McKenna also knows what that. I don't know. If Lily also knows.
I do know.
I'm gonna have to ask Ben.
Cool.
You guys are being weird.
And last question is from the one whose name has been spoken of many times, Mr. Lex. He's got a lot here, so I'll read it as best I can. Sarah, I know we. Sorry.
He's really wordy, as you know.
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay. I know we only live a half hour away from each other, but I am still sending you the biggest Lex hug! ! Watching that Fumo tribal was gut-wrenching. You bring something so special to these games. Someone needs to call CBS or Jeff Probst and get you on the actual show. I know your calm, under-the-radar demeanor would get you far, if not to Final Tribal Council, to win the damn thing! ! I admire your gameplay and know you would have gone deep if it wasn't for the insane swap. I admire your personal strength and resilience in this game. I know you may doubt yourself, but baby, you are a mother effing all-star! !2. So proud of you! !2. I want you, I'm going to read how he put it. I want you to tell us something we may not have seen in the episodes that show how badass of a player you are!
No. Well, I was gonna say the Disney side thing.
I ruined it.
Is my favorite move. That I did because it's the only thing which didn't even work. That's like the funniest thing. My favorite thing I did didn't even work.
I think it would have had like Simmons been alone, or like, you know, if Simmons didn't have his group of people with him and you were the solo.
A lot of coulda wouldas. Maybe like getting Jeremy to trust me more than he trusted Lex. Like a little bit early on, I think was a good one. So I think my biggest move was knowing that the 7 was kind of bullshit. Like knowing that like just already not that I didn't trust them individually, but like as a group, I didn't think that they were working together as well. And I don't know what they all thought of it. Maybe, I mean, I guess I kind of know that based on what we've seen so far, I don't think anyone's fully in on the 7 as much as they think they are. But I feel like I was the first one to be like, I don't like that. And then I think I was the first one to go to Jeremy with the most intentions of working with him. And he was the only one not in that group. So I think that's my best move, was like making a relationship with Jeremy.
There was talks of the Jeremy Garsow split in the Corey Tribal Council, and you're like, no.
Absolutely not. No. I would have loved to have worked with Jeremy and Garsow. I feel like that would have been like a really good 3. But yeah, I would say not getting to Jeremy. God, we're all talking about Jeremy like he's the prize.
He's my prize.
Exactly. But just like knowing that not to count him out, and like instead of voting him out, like bringing him in, like to want to work with me. But I think going before it's like you want to do it, you want to do those things kind of like before it's desperate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everyone knows when it's like you're just talking to me because you have to.
Right. Yeah. Well, everyone, thank you for the Facebook questions as always. Usually someone turns it over to me, but since it's me, I'm gonna keep it with me. Sarah, I have 2 questions for you to round out sort of your retrospective all-star experience. First question is, you're going to take someone from all-star cast that was on Trinity Falls and replace them with someone else from Trinity Falls that was not on All-Stars.
God, I have so many to choose from. Okay.
Yeah, this could be for really any reason. And again, you're not taking someone out because you don't like them. It's all game. And even if you didn't like them, you should still say it because who cares?
And it would be from like, if you're replacing out Lex, it would be like they would start on your tribe. So if you're replacing out Garsow, he started on the other tribe. So.
Okay, that's fair. Well, in that case, no. Well, then I would have to replace Lex. Well, I guess it just doesn't. it doesn't really matter. So let me think about it.
Oh, it matters.
Well, originally I was gonna say Lydia because I voted for her so many times in the last one. I don't think she'd ever work with me really. And I knew that she was good at idol stuff, but we never crossed paths in the game.
Mm.
But I was thinking of maybe replacing her with Low because what I wanted to see, I just want to see her play again. And her and I didn't get to work together a whole lot, but I feel like we would. So maybe I'll just replace Lex with Low on my tribe. But I'm also kind of toying around replacing Mike with somebody.
Technically that's it.
I'm gonna replace Mike with Ben because Ben is messy.
Yeah.
Ben is a messy player. So if I'm swapped and Ben and I are on that swap tribe, I got room. Ben and I are friends. We never got to work together in Trinity Falls, to be fair, but he's messy. He likes chaos. So I think that
we're getting the same archetype with replacing Mike and Ben.
I was gonna say you're kind of like I don't know if you're meaning to this, but you're kind of creating a Venn diagram of Mike and Ben, and I feel like they're just the same circle.
Yeah, but Ben would work with me though. Mike doesn't. Mike didn't care about me. Mike doesn't care about me. Mike's not gonna even think about messing up his game, whereas I think Ben's gonna be like, well, what can we do?
Yeah. I think those are first answer you gave was a good one. And the second one too.
The second one was more like my game, whereas the other one was more like I feel like, but I want to see Lydia there. I mean, obviously I should replace Lex, but no one's gonna be as good of a shield.
Yeah, true.
Plus the murder wall. I mean, I can't. No, we need the murder wall.
The wall of information, I guess.
Yeah.
I think information has to be useful though. All right. Second question is, I need your DCP Mount Rushmore, excluding all of All Stars. So end of Trinity Falls is the deadline. So I need your 4 people that would be on your Mount Rushmore of DCP. And
they could have played in All Stars, but no spoiler.
Their game All Stars would not. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do Emily because she got the bracket thing. I just feel like she won the bracket thing. She has to be on there. I'm gonna do Victoria, who does the VL lounge, because I love her critiques. I feel like she's always she's very thoughtful in what she has to say in her gameplay, and I think I don't know. I really like her.
Yeah.
I think she's a really nice, quiet player who really understands things. I'm gonna go Morgan because she is really good at a lot of the idol stuff, and I couldn't figure out any of her idol clues to save my life. And I know that in her season she got them instantly. So and then I'm gonna go with Greg because he is the only reason that I'm here.
True.
Nice.
Well,
yeah.
I wanted to do all women, but Greg can hang out with the ladies.
Yeah, I think Greg would be fine. But yeah, that's all I have. Thanks, Sarah, and I'll pass it back over to McKenna and or Lily.
Go for it, Lil.
Yeah, so we like to end every exit with the same question, and that is if you could sum up your game in one word, what would it be and why?
God, I knew this, and I think I had a word when I watched another one, and now it's gone. Oh my gosh, I know it's late for you guys. Okay, what is my word?
Exit in Trinity. You knew it was coming here. Come on.
No, I know. I even thought of a word the other day because I was like, I mean, I feel like, oh God, all the words I've said, somebody else probably already said. It's so late where you guys are too. I'm sorry. I'm thinking.
No,
you're good. You're good.
I'm falling asleep right now.
That's fair. It's your bedtime.
No, it's not.
You look tired, Ian.
You'll be sleeping before I am.
I honestly probably. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, fuck. I know. No, I'm thinking can I use my phone to look up a word? No. Oh God damn it. I don't know. I want to say I don't know.
You could say like red if we're throwing it back to Taylor Swift.
I'm not going to throw it back to Taylor Swift. There's more to me than Survivor and Taylor Swift. Although when I go to people's houses, my husband's like, don't bring them up until someone else brings it up to you. Is the rule. I can't bring up Survivor or Taylor Swift until someone else brings it up to me. Okay, a word. Fuck.
Subtle.
I don't know if it was subtle. Sure, yeah. No. Like,
all right, we're still going. Anybody else got some spitball?
Indecisive.
There we go.
No, I'm actually very decisive normally, so that's why it's funny. I'm really decisive. I feel like somebody already said the word I'm thinking, and that's why I'm thinking it. Like, I was gonna say, somebody said simmering already, right?
Oh, in another interview. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't want to say that one.
I think it was Danny.
Was it Danny?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he at first was gonna say lukewarm, and then he was like, maybe simmer. I was like, yeah, I don't like lukewarm.
I agree. I don't like lukewarm either, but I was also like, I think my game was simmering, and I don't want to say the same thing as Danny.
What about shimmering instead?
I don't think it was shimmering at all. You can't go subtle and then shimmering, McKenna.
What about satisfying?
Let's get
satisfying.
What about satisfying?
I don't think it was satisfying. Just because I'm okay with it doesn't mean I'm satisfied.
I'm going to go with indecisive.
It's not indecisive though. I was really decisive the entire time.
What about decisive?
Confident?
Confident.
No.
Okay, nice.
Absolutely not. No. Sorry, you guys. Can I just text you my word later? Let me look up synonyms
we'll
for
just
simmering.
Put it on the screen afterwards. Give me more work.
I'm looking up synonyms for simmering.
Not done.
Unfinished.
Boiling.
What?
Boiling.
No.
Revving up.
Wait, somebody said one just a minute ago that I like.
Indecisive.
No, none of yours. No, somebody said one. You guys had it. Somebody had it.
Unfinished? Was that it?
Yeah, unfinished. No, am I unfinished though? Because I don't really want to play again.
And I thought you felt good about how
I did feel good, yeah.
Satisfied? Was that the one?
No, it was unfinished, but it's not.
Maybe growth, because you've grown from
Growth.
the Trinity game and you like had confidence, you made decisions, you played for yourself.
I'm just gonna say at peace.
Perfect.
Hyphenated. We love it.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. You're not gonna get just one out of me because I'm not satisfied. But I'm at peace. I'm okay with it.
We're gonna get a message in 10 minutes that she's not at peace either.
No, I am. I've decided. No, once I've decided, I'm good.
All right.
I'm a very decisive person.
There we go. Well, thank you, Sarah, for joining us on this wonderful journey that we've been on. But we also have uploaded Jeremy's exit. So they got booted the same week. So please tune in to Jeremy's exit interview. As always, we will have another episode this week. We have another exit. We have the Sunday show. So much content coming your way. If you need to know upload schedules, we always post everything on our Facebook and Instagram, so go check us out over there. And we will see you in the next exit interview.